Hand clap to the master, guys. We are finally back again for another reaction on the one and only Mystelics reaction. Let's big up all the Mystelics YouTube family out and all over the place, man. Big up yourself right there. And then, guys, of course, we have a number of interesting things that are taking place, as clearly seen right there on this thing. BANNIS demands apology from Prime Minister SKERRIT, who then says he will not be giving no type of apology to her right there. What is the issue? Of course, I'm sure you guys have an idea of what the issue is. Some of you guys got that letter as well. But of course, big up all of the people who have definitely tuned into this here vibrations. I'm gonna give my reactions, my thoughts on this. So of course, big up all the newcomers as well. Definitely, guys, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe and turn on that post notification so you pretty much be notified when I drop my videos right there and then, guys. And of course, don't forget to check out the latest vlog and of course latest aerial shot that I did. That'll be in the first comment in the comment box below, as well as the Mystelics tube app. Definitely download that right there on this here first comment in the comment box below, guys. BANNIS demands apology from Prime Minister SKERRIT, who says he will not do it at all. You know, give you no apology. Lauren, you see what happens when you go into the lion's den? You go into the lion's den and expect the lion not to bite you. You're not Daniel. You're not Daniel, sister. But we're gonna get into that vibrations right there. Of course, this letter, we didn't see any signature of any letter or nothing like that. That's why we were not sure if it was real or not. But we got a response from the Prime Minister, it seems. A signed response. Well, that is what we saw. We're reading what we see here, guys. As of August 30th, 2022, Rosa SKERRIT, this was addressed to the Honorable Prime Minister. I don't see no Dr. Prime Minister, Doctor there. Oh, look, Honorable, no Dr. Prime Minister, no, that. No Dr. Rosa, nothing like that, guys. But of course, this was addressed to him, brought about by BANNIS, as stated in this thing right there. Of course, I write to you concerning the false and defamatory statements which you and other officials of the government of Dominica, or the Commonwealth of Dominica, not Dominican Republic, nowhere else but the Commonwealth of Dominica, have made concerning me, including but not limited to these very things right there. The number one, your statement delivered in Roseau, Dominica on March 18, 2022, in your capacity as Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica. And another thing right there, Minister of Foreign Affairs, International Business and Diaspora Relations Memorandum, reference this thing right there, the date and everything, March 18, 2022. And of course, this one, 2021 to March 2022 right there, Minister of Foreign Affairs, International Business and Diaspora Relations, note, verbal, I don't know, sometimes it was being French. Anyways, guys, the above statement were published in the media and or widely distributed. Furthermore, the aforementioned ministry instructed its embassies and missions to transmit your statement on March 18, 2022 to accredited embassies and missions, including to the 195 member states of the United Nations. Such statements and actions were made with the intentions of portraying you, BANNIS, as a dishonest, incompetent, untrustworthy, and a person unfit to hold the position of ambassador, even though you have held it without any problems, from my understanding. Any problems, but this this is a very interesting one right there. Ambassador and permanent representative of the Commonwealth of Dominica to the United Nations right there. So she was an ambassador to the United Nations. Apparently, we have other ambassadors back in the day. They were criminals. So yourself, you take the, well, it's alleged you take the fall for what the Prime Minister them do. But no, the other ambassadors, some of them in jail, some of them facing crimes, and this were given, well, allegedly given by the Prime Minister himself. Ali Rezamon Fared, Maduke, and a number of others, man. A lot of, we have a lot of ambassadors in that oh, you mad. Anyways, as intimated above, as intimated or initiated above, as in that is what is supposed to be now. Or as initiated above, that's what I'm guessing right there. As initiated above. I don't know if this word is correct, but anyways, that is the letter that they write. Maybe that's why it wasn't signed. I don't know. Anyways, as from my understanding, as initiated above, the contents of said statements are both untrue and malicious. These are the statements made above there by the different individuals right there, guys. And of course, she said the contents of the said statements are both untrue and malicious. Specifically, I received written instructions to sign a communique establishing diplomatic relations with the Republic of this country right there. C4 January 2021 Ministry of Foreign Affairs, International Business, blah 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 memorandum. So she gave the dates and everything like that. She gave it. 17 March 2021, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, International Business, blah. She gave these dates. So apparently, she stated, I received written instructions to sign the communique establishment diplomatic relations. She didn't say she take it on her own and did it. I received written instructions to sign the communique establishment diplomatic, but she didn't say by who though. But she says she received written instructions to sign the communique establishing diplomatic relations between the Dominica and Syria, man. We said it. YouTube does have some kind of funny thing sometimes where you say certain things and they limit in your videos. Fire upon that. Since 4 January, Ministry of Foreign, blah blah blah. You know the whole thing right there. So this is where they actually got the thing, the dates, the memorandum references and what have you. And of course, 8th September 2021, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, blah blah blah. You know, moreover, I did so following the establishing practice. So after she received the written instruction to sign the communique establishment diplomatic relations with the country and Dominica, she then stated, I did so following the establishing practice, including on or over 10 occasions with other states prior to the signing at this at issue. So she did 10 previous ones before this one right there, following proper established protocols, which of course was stated right there. I received written instructions to sign the communique between Dominica and the Arab Republic right there. As you know, the letter dated July 25th, 2016, the permanent Secretary of Foreign Affairs, this person right in the government of Commonwealth of Dominica, appointed me ambassador. So that's when she became ambassador right there on the 1st August 2016. As a consequence of that assignment as ambassador, I was vested with the full power to act at all times on behalf of the government of Dominica. So she was acting on behalf of, full powers on behalf of. She doesn't do it on her own. That she stated right there. Those powers afforded me were vested by the very nature of the universally accepted legal implications of an ambassador extraordinary. Anyways, it should not be forgotten that Dominica Labour Party was not able to form. So she's going back in history now to form the government of the following following the 2000 general elections, because although I was elected as the United Workers Party, you see, you can join the foul house and end up in the lion's den. You can join the foul house because you cross the floor there by enabling the Dominica Labour Party and others to form the government and relegate the United Workers Party to that of the opposition. You jump the floor for whatever reason. Look at the state we know. 22 years later, they say, be sure that your sins will find you out. Look it finding you out now. And the Prime Minister say on top there, what he say? The Prime Minister say he will not be issuing no apology to you. Not at all. Right there. So, you jump the floor. Anyways, Honorable Prime Minister, although I have never spoken since the event which led to your address, so I guess she was trying to say that it's because of her, that's why. And if it's because of you, that is why DLP is still in power today. Then, sister, you are full blame for the economy. Full blame. Because you ushered in the very seed that created the disruption right there and preventing us from having an international airport. Because the United Workers Party had started it already. They had land and everything like that. They were going to build it in the next 10 years. But of course, you decided to jump the floor and you stated right there in your letter you were one of the individuals that caused DLP to win, thus allowing the United Workers Party to be in opposition. So you are the one to blame for this, if that is the case right there. Anyways, Honorable Prime Minister, although I have never spoken about the, since the event, since your address to the nation, I must inform you of the pain and hurt which I have been enduring since your address. So you didn't know it was going to cause pain and hurt? You didn't know? You didn't know it was going to cause pain and hurt? And I heard that you are a person non grata right now by the United Nations or the United States. And as a result of that, you are limited, very seriously limited, as a result of the actions that you say you were given written instructions for. And you took the fall for. You didn't say anything, sister. You go into the lion's den. And now you getting your leg beaten. I wonder if they gave, I heard that they were supposed to give about $2 million or something like that. I think MITC had this stating right there. I'm not sure if she got it. Maybe that's why she's out and about. Maybe she didn't get the monies, or maybe she got some and didn't get the full at that particular time. So now she's coming out to say these things. Who knows, guys? It's very interesting how people tend to come out, because you were quiet all the time. You were hush hush, taking all the blows. Maybe you're trying to get the money and didn't get your money. Now you're talking now. Who knows? I'm just giving my reactions right there. The name is right there. The events which led to my attendance to you. Hold on. Honorable Prime Minister, all I was never... Okay, so the event which led to my attendance to you in Dominica were unknown to me. I heard that she was flown into Dominica. After this whole situation, she was flown into Dominica to have some sort of meeting. But apparently she's saying there, the events which led to my attendance to you in Dominica were unknown to me, yet seemingly known to many others. So did she come? On Sunday, March 13, 2022, Kelva, this individual ambassador, traveled to Dominica from New York, unknown to me. I think Kelva was with her though. Traveled from New York. That's where they did the whole thing. On the evening of March 14, 2022, Minister Kenneth sent a WhatsApp message to inform you that you... I guess message to inform me that you wanted an in-person meeting with me. However, I was unaware of the number from whom that message came, and as such, I did not respond. So if you get a message, the Prime Minister saying that they want to have a meeting with you, wouldn't you then call the Prime Minister and say, hey, what's up? What's going on? But you choose not to respond. I mean, not anybody has an ambassador phone unless your family or something would have that number, your ambassador number. True or false? So would you then get the message and then call to confirm this? But apparently didn't do this. Interesting. On Tuesday 15th now, March 2022, Kelva sent a WhatsApp message to inform me, informing me that Minister Kenneth had sent me a message and I did not respond. It was that latter message which made me realize the author of the previous message, March 13th. Yeah. March 13th or March 14th. It was a latter message which made me realize the author of the message on March 13, 2022 was Minister Kenneth. No, it was March 14th. This is right there. You can this mix up, man, or something. This is interesting. Maybe it's me that probably don't understand it, but it makes sense because you get the message on March 14th. On the evening of March 14th, Minister sent a WhatsApp message to inform you. And if it's the Kenneth there, then that has to be Kenneth. But this letter is interesting right there, guys. Like I said before, I didn't see it signed, but I did see a reply. So I'm just going off what I'm seeing right there based off this letter. Of course, this was published on natureisle.news as well. I received a set of this message as well with the PDF. Some people will send me forwarded message of this as well. So yeah, but this is interesting. I guess this is probably why it was not signed, because it probably wasn't drafted. Well, this was probably the draft, and then you know they did the real thing and she signed it afterwards. Anyways, but yeah, it's supposed to be March 14th. That's when you said that Kenneth sent the message to you. March 13th is when Kelva went to Dominica from New York. And March 15th, Kelva then sent you a message stating that Kenneth, which sent you a message on March 14th, not March 13th. And this is when you realize it was the author of the message on March 14th was Minister Ken. Minister Ken, it shouldn't be Kenneth. I mean, if this is an official letter or something, I think that would be the case right there. Anyways, I was unaware up until then that you requested to meet with me as such. I messaged you to verify the information. I cannot understand. Did he respond because you messaged him to verify the information? I could not understand why you did not liaison with me. That's my point as well. Why did the Prime Minister then go to Kenneth or go to Kenneth to tell you a message to tell him that you want to have a meeting as if he don't know your number? But you yourself should verify as well, but you ignore the message. What kind of craziness is going on there? What craziness is going on? The Prime Minister could contact you directly. This is what you yourself stated in your message. I messaged you to verify the information. Did the Prime Minister respond? I could not understand why you did not liaison with me directly when we shared an extremely good friendship. Then again, the Prime Minister was probably saying, well, I didn't send you no message, so he tell Kenneth to tell you, and then you have to message him, and then You know, so it go in. So the Prime Minister can say, I didn't message you, I didn't tell you nothing. So he cannot say, okay, look the text receipts. He could also say, I never told Kenneth to tell you anything. You understand how all Dominica Prime Minister works, guys. You understand? I'm giving you guys a good insight right there. When he responded to me on March 15th, okay, so I guess he did respond. When he responded to me on March 15, 2020, I then recognized that you sought to meet with me, and I immediately made arrangements to travel to Dominica. He could have messaged you and tell him he wanted to meet with you, but then again, he probably didn't want the direct contact. I therefore thought the meeting was as per your text, that we needed to strategize. So maybe she didn't know what was happening at that time, but you needed to strategize what? Anyways, the meeting held with the cabinet on March 17th, 2022 was shocking and deeply disturbing to her. I was treated like a common criminal. Yes, that's what we thought. If you acted on your own in this regard, completely in disregard to Prime Minister, which means that you have no respect for the Prime Minister in that case, which I don't think actually happened. I think they sent you a message for you to then create diplomatic relations with Syria. But, you know, that's not their story. It's your story versus their story. So that's interesting right there. Anyways, followed my the meeting which held in cabinet March 17 was shocking and disturbing to you. I was treated like a common criminal, although I followed procedure and I had done nothing wrong as a result of the procedures that you followed. In fact, I agreed to tender my resignation because of the manner in which I was treated. So I guess as a result of what was going on with you, you're the one who then decided to tender your resignation because of the manner in which you was treated. And it was clear because you yourself checking you have done nothing wrong, and this is how they're treating you because of whatever mistake they made, most likely have made, and they decided to make you take the fall for it. So you decided to resign as a means of how you're treated, not as a result of the action that you did. We thought you resigned based on the action that you did. Interesting stuff. Well, that's what the Prime Minister them, and this is why it's important, guys, to understand how things work. When the Prime Minister them came out, and they are the ones who are considered to be the what is the word I'm looking for? The source. They are the ones who are the fact checkers, so to speak. Okay, they say this, so these are the facts, and this is what happened. But behind closed doors, this is all what taking place right there. And you feeling the blunt of the blows that you allowed yourself to do 22 years ago. So you decided to tender your resignation, not on the reason of what you did, but as a result of how they treated you. That's what you stated right there. And it was clear to me that there was a plan to hold me responsible for establishing diplomatic relations. They wouldn't take it for themselves between the Commonwealth of Dominica and, of course, the Arab Republic. As you know, the relations were established through the embassy in Cuba, and I followed protocol in establishing the relations. So she followed protocol. It's not she that to sign, not the Prime Minister that will have to sign anything. Maybe they, well, hopefully they will have this information right there. But if you act in, then I guess, well, I saw some signature, and maybe Kelva was also the other one who signed as well, because he was in New York around that time. Anyways, of course, they did the whole normal protocol in establishing the relationship which took place in New York. I messaged you to inform of my intentions and acted in accordance with our normal practice for the previous 10 duties that you've done in terms of your ambassadorial capacity. I did not even know that you were accepting my resignation as the text message which I received from hey, I did not even know that you were accepting my resignation as the text message which I received from your permanent secretary at 12:20 p.m. after the meeting with the cabinet was that the letter of resignation was only with you, and that I should not tell anyone, not even my family. Interesting stuff. Let me read that again. I did not even know that you were accepting my resignation as a text message which I received from your permanent secretary at 12:20 p.m. after the meeting with the cabinet, I think most likely on the 17th of March, was that the letter of my resignation was only with you, and that I should not tell anyone, not even my family. Why would you not tell your family that you're resigning as an ambassador of a country? All of a sudden, is you alone they should tell? And you allowed it, you then take it over text message that is how you're resigning, and that is only you that she should tell that you're resigning? I was not even aware that you would have spoken of this letter in your address to the nation. So the letter that she sent you over text messages, I'm guessing that's the resignation, and you tell her not to tell anybody else. The permanent secretary in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Barbara, whatever is her name, issued a memorandum to all embassies regarding me, and therein imputed that I had done something untoward and sought to tarnish my name amongst my fellow ambassadors. The fellow ambassadors, I hope the fellow ambassadors is not Alireza Monfred and the other people that are criminals, you know. And it's interesting when I'm looking at this, guys. She says she has done nothing wrong. Yet the other people who are ambassadors, Alireza Monfred, Maduki, and a number of others, these people were literal criminals in the country, and they give them diplomatic passports. You yourself, if what you're saying there is actually accurate and true, then you yourself you were innocent, but you were the one considered to be a criminal or looked at as a criminal. Interesting. You are well aware of the relationship between me and the permanent secretary. They apparently are beef. So of course the secretary was happy, the permanent secretary was happy to do that for you. Of course she stated well aware of me and the permanent secretary. Me and the permanent secretary is not proper English. The permanent secretary and I has been a strain for quite some time, as you know. Well, this is probably the draft one right there, guys, because I'm seeing certain things inside there that making me wonder what exactly is the case. But then again, you know, this is probably them talking and then sending this out for the Prime Minister, and then, you know, time to time and what have you. Who then sends this out is my big question right there, because I scrolled down below and I didn't see any signature. But then again, this is the thing. I also received the forward messages. I didn't see any signature. This is one of the things that we're trying to think. Anyway, she's saying, see, and the permanent secretary have some issues, man. You're well aware of the strain for quite some time. As you know, the permanent secretary refused to grant me access to the bank accounts of the mission in New York. Interesting. The result, maybe that's probably why, blocking the accounts for the bank of, you know, the mission in New York. The same diplomatic relations. The Arab Republic right there. The result was that I was forced to open another bank account to conduct the financial transactions of the mission. Moreover, during my tenure, so why didn't you message the Prime Minister? Because you did send him a message. Why didn't you message the Prime Minister and say you don't have access to the bank accounts of the mission in New York? For the mission in New York? Why didn't you do this? You didn't have to create another. Well, probably you didn't want to bother. They probably gave you empowerment to do as you felt. But in creating diplomatic relations between the countries, definitely you stated right there that you received written instruction to do this. But anyways, guys, the result was that I was forced to open another bank account to conduct the financial transactions of the mission. Moreover, during my tenure, where was I? Guys, I even lose where I was. Okay, moreover, during my tenure, this individual refused to regularize my monthly emoluments, and I was frequently paid late and sometimes deliberately, I must say. Maybe she do like her so much so she making her get paid late. Anyways, that is woman and woman beef. That's not the issue right there. I've been treated with such scant regard that even my gratuity payment is not being honored despite my many requests for the same. Maybe that's probably what caused her to think she's not getting a gratuity payment. You know, it's not being honored despite my many requests for the same. I cannot understand the treatment which I am receiving from the government, which I served with my heart and soul. Well, you can serve the devil, you can serve the devil. What do you expect to happen to you, sister? You can serve a zombie, expect the zombie to treat you nice all the time. They only have you there for a little while. They'll treat you nice, just like the women who think they can go behind terrible fellas who treat them, say nice words and everything everything nice and done, until sooner or later things get back to us, who get in liquor, boss eye and all kind of thing. But anyways, let's leave that alone. Our Prime Minister, is not my intention to cause any discord, but apparently he causing discord with you within your government. But at the same time, it is my duty to protect my name. Sister, your name has been destroyed already. You are being considered, from my understanding, a person non grata, somebody who's have to be watched based on the things that you've done. In this regard, the government of Dominica is hereby requested to issue a clear and unqualified apology and retraction of the above listed right there. We actually discussed it right there, guys. The three things, 1, 2, 3, as you can see right there. So she wants an apology for these things, 1, 2, and of course 3. The 18th, and the 21st of March 2022. Blah blah blah. copied to the local press and sent. So she then wants it to be copied and copied to the local press and sent to all embassies and missions of the Commonwealth of Dominica for on forward transmission to all accredited embassies and missions, which apparently they sent out this information stated that she did this on her own. And of course, you know, repercussions happen and she's feeling the blood. Maybe not just her person non grata for her, but also her family, and family are also probably feeling the pressure. So she's feeling the pressure right now, brothers and sisters. Moreover, in light of my former position as ambassador and permanent representative to the Commonwealth of Dominica, the gravity of the allegations made, and the widespread publication, I further demand she wants some compensation for the significant damage which of course was done to her reputation and her employability. That's probably what it is right there. So in my point of view, she probably didn't get the money that they were told that she would get. She probably is not getting the gratuity monies, that thing. She's probably not, her reputation has been destroyed, not tampered, destroyed itself, and her employability factor has been destroyed. Now you write this letter, the only person that would most likely hire you with the prime minister, and the prime minister, now you get this letter going out there, he's not going to hire you again because you put him on blast. He make you take the fall. He then telling you things, because we have the letter right there, guys. And of course, like I said before, this was, and then this is the lawyer right there. But we also have the prime minister's letter, brethren. We have that very thing right there. So we're gonna go through it right there, and this is him addressing Lauren BANNIS. So there, Mrs. Roberts, of course, Lauren BANNIS Roberts, she's married, of Mount Daniel. So I guess they're probably neighbors. They probably neighbors used to go, hey, you have some sugar, no? Anyways, this one was written September 8th, 2022. This was about 5 days ago, right there. Today is the 13th, right there. Dear Mrs. Roberts, your letter dated 1st September 2022. Oh, so the one we were reading right there, guys, was most likely the draft. So we got the draft, and then your letter dated, because remember the letter dated we saw was the 30th of August. So most likely the draft, and when they did the real one, they sent this one on the 1st September 2022, which stated in you know, these things. So that is probably the real one that she probably signed and sent to the prime minister. Now the prime minister is responding to the letter dated 1st September 2022, which of course states enclosed refers, it is rather unfortunate and disappointing to note the tenor and falsity of the allegations contained in your letter. So she said that what you were saying in your previous things in March was false. Now you saying the things that she's saying in the letter is apparently false. Who do we believe? We know the prime minister likes to lie a lot. We are still waiting for the international airport. We are still waiting for the water to build. Since 2013, we are still waiting for us to supply water to the rest of the world. We are still waiting for a number of things that the prime minister have stated, which have not come to pass. Yet still people still voting for him. Why? Because of course he's giving them liquor houses. He's giving them liquor money to pay their light bill. Nothing growing in the economy. Nothing. But and he giving the foreigners the kind of the number one thing, the number one growth factor, which is construction in Dominica, that is elevating in Dominica, guys. He's giving it to foreigners, not the locals. He's giving it to foreigners, and who knows, he's probably getting his cut. But anyways, he made this letter right there. It's rather unfortunate and disappointing to know that the tenor and falsity of the allegations contained in your letter. You claim that I and other officials of the Commonwealth of Dominica made false and defamatory statements concerning you is shocking and entirely rejected. Of course, so apparently he's rejecting the statements made right there. This letter will therefore not engage you on the individual baseless and untruthful accusations made in your letter. However, be assured that each and every one of those false allegations is absolutely refuted. He said they can be refuted. Now guys, one thing you have to understand about the court system in Dominica, it seems to be leaning one side. So if anything is against the government, apparently it'll be either prolonged as long as possible, because I remember what Lennox Linton was saying some time ago, based off the government using people for personal for certain favors, for them to gain favors. They have to do something for them to gain favors right there. That has not been called yet. That has not been called yet. So maybe they also have the courts in their pockets as well to prolong this matter for as long as possible, Lauren. And if you don't get no money and they don't give you no money, you problem, sister. So you don't think the Prime Minister then knew this? You don't think they knew this? To keep this thing going as long as possible? We will see how this unfolds. I already know it's gonna unfold already, guys. So, but maybe I'm wrong. We will see how it unfolds right there. What the joke is this? Okay. Anyways, the second paragraph. So she write a long thing. The people who write no long thing, nah? As you are fully aware and unequivocally admitted orally in the presence of myself and members of the cabinet in your signed letter of resignation and in WhatsApp, you spelled WhatsApp correctly. The other WhatsApp there wasn't spelled correctly at all. It was WATS apps. So that's why we're saying that this one most likely was a draft letter sent, and of course the one you received for dated September 1st 2022 was actually the real one right there. So we most likely received the draft. There was a number of errors inside the letter, which of course you guys could tell, but of course this one, you see it right there, you spelled WhatsApp properly. WhatsApp message sent. And this is one of the reasons why the previous letter we saw, we were not sure. But once we saw this letter right there, we say, okay, it's most likely the previous one was definitely true right there. But I believe it was a draft letter. And of course, you received the real letter as dated 1st September 2022 right there. Anyways, and let me read this over. As you are fully aware and unequivocally admitted orally in the presence of myself and members of cabinet in your signed letter of resignation and in WhatsApp messages you sent to others, you acted without any authority as you received no instruction to proceed and made a serious error of judgment in this matter. She stated that she received written, so she will have to prove that she received the written thing, and then they can probably say, well, it's not me, it's not true, I didn't receive any written thing. Maybe WhatsApp messages were the ones where they stated to her she needs to do this, or maybe they did this for you to take the fall. My girl, you playing in the lion's den and you don't expect to get beaten? That's crazy right there. Quite appropriately, you expressed acceptance of responsibility. Yes, I think she did this. She did this. So they probably made her sign something and then said that they will pay her, and they probably didn't pay her, and as a result of not paying her, they think, but you signed something right there. Quite appropriately, you expressed acceptance of responsibility for your actions and the inevitability consequences which necessarily followed from this, which are accepted and respected. Contrary to your new and surprising claims, the response by me and the government to you in the wake of your said indiscretion has been nothing but fair and benevolent. But be advised that demands made by you in your letter are wholly without merit and will not be entertained in any way, shape, or form. You may wish to be guided accordingly. Sincerely, I guess this is Prime Minister's signature, and this is it right there. And of course, they sent it to the different. They sent it to Kenneth. Kenneth was the one who then stated, "Hey, Kelva, message you." Levi is an attorney, and of course, Gina is the attorney of the Lauren BANNIS right there. So, hey, we're going to see how this comes out. How will this follow suit? Trouble in the foul house, brethren. But I know SKERRIT is not a foolish man, you know. He does act terrible sometimes. Say some ridiculous things. And the people themselves, the people them must have been more terrible than him, because if you telling them don't buy fridge, don't buy ice dispenser fridge, and they clapping. Well, some of them was shocked by that statement, but some of them clapping. I think, you know, he thinks people are foolish. Well, if you're acting foolish, it is what it is. But apparently this is a signed thing right there, stated right there. I'll still say alleged, but on the whole basis, if this whole thing is actually true right there, guys, it's a heck of a thing. But like I said before, I already know how this is going to follow. I'll tell you how. This is going to be prolonged. And years upon years are going to be passing. This is how it goes in a nation of the Caribbean. She would then have to most likely try to take it outside, but she has to go through a system first. You see how interesting that but you see how interesting that is. So you write a letter now, most likely as we write that letter, they themselves are going to abandon you, just like you abandoned the United Workers Party in 2000, and as a result created the seed that created the very government that is there today. You mean to tell me you are the one responsible for that, Lauren? And people supposed to feel sorry for you when you was enjoying all your good time and what have you, even though you had beef with the permanent secretary? Come on, man. That is very interesting and shocking right there. But, like I said, be sure that your dirty ways will find you out. And look at what is happening to you now. They're playing with scary things. Scary can bow to you, I see. And we will see who going to bow to who. Will anything come from these guys? Like I said before, this is going to be prolonged for as long as possible. They might meet in court. Hey, let's do this postpone and next year happen or next 2 years or something. This is what happens in Dominica. But hey, guys, what are your thoughts on the whole situation? Do you think Lauren has a right to come forth now and say, hey, this is what is happening to me, when she should have done this a long time ago? I mean, if you sign documents stated by the Prime Minister, you sign documents accepting full responsibility for your actions and inevitably consequences which necessarily followed for this. And the Prime Minister say he accepted this. Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts right there. Just distracted right there, but anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts right there on this whole matter. Do you think she's right? Do you think the Prime Minister is, you know, it was lying all the time? What are your thoughts, guys? Leave your thoughts in the comment box below right there. If you reach the end of this video, guys, write in the comment box below and say stop your dirty ways, because both of them had to stop their dirty ways. Both of them had to stop their dirty ways right there, guys. Anyways, give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to check the links in the first comment in the comment box below, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe and turn on that post notifications so you can get more videos, reactions as they tend to come from. I'll see you guys in the next one. Boom.